Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I am Country Boy, and today, this kitty's got claws as we open up Scratch the Cat from Super 7. Yes, welcome back to Whatcha Figure, and we are going to be opening up Scratch the Cat, or Scratch, not the cat, just Scratch, it says. The figure from Super 7. If any of you know, I guess the Playmates toys back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, they had a whole plethora of characters that just kind of were on the cutting room floor. They made them, but they weren't like in the show, and I don't know if anybody really bought them. Scratch is one of those characters that, they didn't really have a lot of that character because, TMNT was kind of dying at the time, I guess. And yeah, so they didn't make a lot of these, and now the old school Playmates versions of Scratch, they're worth a fortune. So if you got one of these OGs in your closet somewhere, or you're hanging somewhere, you got a pretty good mint right there. You're doing pretty good for yourself. So I couldn't afford one of those ones, but I could afford one of these ones because thankfully, Big Bad Toy Store, they had an awesome sale for a bunch of Super 7 stuff. Things that I was like hemming and hawing about. Well, when I saw that this thing was up for like $13.50, that's American prices, by the way. $13.50. It was originally like $54, I think it was. That's like a quarter the price. How could I say no? I mean, and it looks like a really good figure too. I almost bought it when it was full price. Never mind when it was just $13 and whatever. I just had to get this guy. He looks really cool. So I guess let's get to looking at the packaging. So with a whole bunch of Super 7 Ultimates, we do have this slipcover that comes with this character, Scratch the Cat. And it comes with a manhole symbol. You can see there it's got Scratch's face. It's got like a file right there for like breaking out of jail. And maybe a hammer, I think is what that's supposed to be there. Looks really cool. It's purple, so he's obviously a bad guy. The purple guys all come with the purple color comes with the bad guys from Ninja Turtles. The green with the good guys. So on this side, nothing. Back here, the classic logo from Ninja Turtles, and then nothing on there. And then you go here, it says Ultimates, which is one of Super 7's lines, and then right there some credits and whatnot. So we will rip this slipcover off and we'll take a look at the rest of the packaging. There he is right there in all his glory, the big window he has there. Ninja Turtles symbol again, Scratch, and you can see all the stuff that he comes with, looking really cool. Let's do some other more spinning around the side here. Let's look at that. There's some more brickwork, looking awesome. There's a bit of a write-up of him. He's been sentenced to 9 life terms. Let's take a look at that. You can go ahead and read that yourself. I'm not going to read that out loud, but it says Scratch the Crafty Crook Cat. Really cool. And then more brickwork on the side there. Take a look at the top here, the classic logo. And that is the packaging. Now, without further ado, there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. So here is Scratch out of the packaging, and he comes with a whole plethora of accessories. Just accessories alone, this guy is worth easily the $13 that I spent for him. He's worth way more than that. This guy's got so much going for him. For the accessories though, the first thing I'll show you, I'll get this one out of the way here, is this weapons tree, which I don't know if every single figure has come out with, but this one definitely did, and most of them do come out with weapons trees. It's just a callback to the old Playmates. They used to have weapons trees for all of their characters, and I'm not going to pull this apart. I'm just going to leave it like this, but it comes with basically the same things that you'll see here, just less color, so it's pretty basic, but it's just a cool callback is all. But for other accessories, he comes with a bunch of hands, so 6 extra hands, including the ones he has already too, so 8 total. And then so these hands, it's kind of like reaching out, sort of clawing, or just what have you, just reaching out sort of hands, I guess is what you call these ones. And decent detail, I'd say, not hyper detailed, but good enough. I'd say really well done. It's got the brownish fur going on there, and then you got skin tone going on there, and there is actually like a bit of another wash going on too, and then you got the claws as well too with the different colors. So it's a decent job. It looks, I think it'll look good on him. They have and the palms too look good too. Looks like, are they different colors? They're the slightly different amount of wash on one, I guess. This is a little dirtier than this one. Maybe he's right-handed, so he uses his right hand. He's got a little dirtier palms, I guess you could say. But yeah, looking good. Then we'll go with these ones here. These are fists. He comes with as well too, and these fists look just as good, if not better than the other hands, I'd say. But yeah, that's pretty basic. That's most characters come with nowadays are fists, so it's kind of standard, par for the course. You got to have fists for most characters. And then these ones are like half closed hands, so these are probably maybe even gripping hands for certain weapons that he has or accessories that he has. Same level of detail though, claws, fur, skin tone, you know, looking good. And then for other accessories that he comes with, I'll start with this hammer right here, which is, I'm not sure if all these accessories are things that he came with the Playmates line. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking the color, like this light blue must have something to do with that. Like that must have been like the color that he had with the Playmates. But he comes a bit of wrapping there, and it's decent level of detail, not the best. You know, the paintwork could be a little bit better, I guess. It's decent, but not great. Like you can see a little bit of slop right there, a little bit of paint slopped on. But yeah, it looks good. I kind of wish it was a little bit darker. The handle could have been a bit darker, make it a little more realistic. Maybe this could have been silver, not blue. But if they're going with the old school Playmates look, then I totally understand. And then there's this fish right here. This must have been maybe his last meal or something like that. So maybe that's what, or maybe he uses as a weapon to escape or something like that. I'm not too sure, but it looks cool. He's a blue fish, got yellow eyes. I'm glad that he's not fully blue, like his eyes are a different color, so they give you that little bit of extra detailing right there. And then he comes with this big old sack of money, a big money bag, just coins spilling out. So I don't know if this is gold or what this is, but got the $ classic cartoon money bags. And then you put them down, and it looks like it's kind of in a relaxed pose. So you can put this in his hand, I think, is what the idea here is, why it's got like a long stem sort of look. So that's the idea here. It looks decent. It looks like a sack would, I guess, with a bunch of money coming out. And then I'll go to this side here. Comes with a big old file, which has got a bit of a crack to it, which I think that's obviously aesthetic. The look for it on purpose. He's been using this probably for a few weeks, few months, few years maybe, trying to dig out. So it's been worn down. Again, with that light blue. Kind of wish it was more of a silvery color, but I guess, like I said, if it's going with the old Playmates look, then I understand. And then this one is cool. I like this idea, where they smuggled a gun inside of a cake. So you got cake, got the frosting, you got even got candles that are lit apparently on top as well too, and then you got the gun right there. I don't know if that's gonna actually fit in his hand the way it kind of is. It might. I'll take a look. I'll play with it a bit. But the gun obviously is the same light blue color as a bunch of the other stuff is. And then we'll go with his buddy here. This is Jailbird, who doesn't have any articulation at all, but I think he looks cool. I'm assuming he came with a little buddy back in the day. Got the stripes going on. It looks like he's flipping a coin. He must have been in jail for quite a while because he's number 1. So he's obviously a pretty bad dude. He's been in there for that long. I mean, yeah, like I said, he's got no articulation, but he's decent. Again, the paintwork could be maybe a little bit better, but it's not horrible. It's okay. I wish there was a bit of a wash on him as well too, to make some things pop a bit more. And then he comes with this second head right here, where he's kind of looking to the side, where he's like making sure that nobody's following him maybe or something like that. But I like there is a wash on him, on his face. And I don't know about in the fur or anything like that, but it's a decent level of detail, and I think it does still evoke the look of the classic Scratch the Cat character. And you got the dark lines and the teeth right there. I kind of like this one. I might put him with this one with the side mouth going on and the side look. And then he's got, obviously, like the bad guys, classic bad guys have to have the black bandana, which also fits in with the Ninja Turtles, who always wear bandanas too, kind of conceal their identities. Looks cool. I like the way this guy looks. And then the figure itself, you're looking at this thing too. Yes, this is a ball and chain that he has, that you can take the chain off, I guess, apparently, but the actual strap right here that's attached to him, this is actually part of him. I cannot take that off, and this lock as well too. This is all crafted as part of his legs, so I can't actually remove this. It is part of him. But looking at the guy, you know, has a good level of detail. He looks like Scratch the Cat, classic Scratch, you know. He's got exactly the same wash as the other face did, and even the fur down here too. Looking decent, looking like a cat does. Got the cool hat there, and a little bit more paint slopping going on there. So sorry, I just get you focused in there. So you can see a little bit of the paint is kind of slopped on there. It's not a terrible job, but it could be better. It's something that Super 7's kind of been known for, is a little bit of sloppy paint work, which is something I think that they've kind of improved in the last couple of years. But I like the way this guy looks. He's got the torn outfit that he's wearing, his jail outfit, his tail. A little bit of articulation there, not too much. It is on a ball joint, but it only moves like a tiny little bit. But it's mostly for like swinging around if you need to. That's pretty much it for the tail. But you can see the big old tear in the back of his jail outfit too. And he is number 9 because I guess, you know, he's a cat. 9 lives, makes sense. And he has a tiny file right here that he keeps around his neck at all times, I guess. You never know when you're going to need it. And he must have clawed up his own pants, it looks like right there too. But yeah, looks good. Looks decent. You know, there are obviously more detailed figures out there, but for a cartoony figure, this guy definitely fits the bill. For a more updated version of the Playmates version of the character, totally works. This guy looks really cool compared to that. Let's look at some articulation while we're here. The head is back as far as it goes right now. He goes forward that much, so not too much going on there. And then the tilt side to side is pretty, you know, very minimal. Then spins all the way around. And then the arm, this arm for some reason doesn't go up as much as this arm. I found this arm goes up further. I'm not too sure why that is. I don't know if it's just stiffer or if maybe they actually have a different joint going on here. But yeah, this one's a bit, doesn't go up as much as this one for some reason. And then the elbow, 90 degrees because it's a single joint. That's as far as you'll get there. And then you got the arms, or sorry, the wrists move this way as they go in and out like that. They don't go forward and back like you would think. And then they spin all the way around. And there is a ab crunch right there, as you can see. So he has some movement right there, forward and back. And then there's no waist swivel, so we can't spin him all the way around or anything like that. But let's look at his legs. His legs go out. Oh, it is a really good splits. He's an agile cat. I guess cats need to be agile that ways. And then they kick forward that far and backwards about that far. And then the knees is single jointed knees, so you're not going to have too much movement there. Almost 90 degrees right there. And then he does have another hinge down here for his foot. So he has those cat-like feet. They go up quite a ways, actually. That's a really good movement there. And then back quite a ways as well, too. That's that foot. But this foot's obviously a little bit different because you got the boot on. So it goes up a lot less, that one, and then back a lot less as well, too. Because, you know, the boot's a bit cumbersome. So that's what you're going to get with his articulation. So next we're going to do a little bit of comparing with some other figures I might have in this line and kind of see how he fares. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so here we have Scratch with his money and his gun trying to make a getaway. Who are we going to compare him with? Well, let's toss in a human-sized character, see how he kind of fares with them. Here's Casey Jones, classic Casey Jones, kind of like the old Casey Jones from the TMNT Playmates, obviously Super 7's version of him. And he's about the same size. I'd say they're about the same height, actually. So obviously Scratch is a mutated cat. He's not just a regular cat. He's been mutated. He's a big guy, bigger than a normal cat would be, obviously. So that's how he looks with Casey Jones. I'll toss in another turtle here, but not a good turtle. Here is the bad boy Slash, also rocking the black bandana, similar to Scratch's. And he's a little bit shorter, as you can see here. But I know Slash has been known to be a bigger dude. He is bulkier, I'll say that, but he's not quite as tall as this fellow, I guess. Which I think is more of the way that the Super 7 did, that more, again, Playmates style. Whereas I think if it was more the comic book style, he might be a little bit bigger. Which is, you know what, honestly, I love the way this guy looks from the Playmates toys, so I'm glad they went this route. And I think he kind of fits in really well together with these two. These guys look really awesome together. And then the last comparison I'll throw in here is just, you know, you got to have a classic turtle in here just to kind of compare things. And my favorite turtle of all time's got to be this guy right here, Raphael, the mean one of the group. And you can see he is definitely much smaller than Scratch here. So Scratch would be, I think a worthy adversary. He'd be a good-sized foe, I guess, for the Ninja Turtles. And Raphael, he looks really good with this guy. I think these guys fare really well together. Looking really cool. So that's going to do it for this video. I am CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there somewheres. Go ahead and check me out on other platforms, other channels, such as Wasted Opinions, where my friends and I talk all sorts of stuff. Sometimes we talk Ninja Turtles. You never know when we're going to talk about Ninja Turtles, because I bring them up quite often, if you wouldn't believe me. So that's going to do it. I am CountryBoy, and I put the sass in Sarsaparilla. Next time, be sure to let me know what you figure.